Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today let's take a look at the 2026 Porsche Panamera 4. This model is finished off in Gentina Blue Metallic with options. MSRP is just over $143,000. So there's a few subtle options for this particular model to give it a great look. We'll start off with what this is powered by. Underneath the hood, this has the 2.9 liter twin turbo V6. It is paired to the 8-speed PDK transmission, and it pumps out 348 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. It's all-wheel drive. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds with a top speed up to 170 miles an hour. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, let's go back to the Porsche emblem, where it also says Stuttgart on it and has a neat emblem design. There's also the dark housings for all of the LEDs with the DRLs and turn signals in this lower trim accent. You'll notice too, lots of cutouts up front. There's parking sensors, a sensor for distance pacing, even some active grille shutters too, and that inlet in the upper section. There's also some crisp lines that come down the hood, and the bodywork going behind the headlights has a great flowing look to it. This model also has the optional 21-inch wheels with a two-tone design along with the gray calipers there. You'll notice there's some plastic trim in the lower section of the front bumper. It works its way to the side skirt. There's also power folding side mirrors with a camera and a turn signal. Some chrome for the window trim. It's also on the door handles there. And this has a dual panoramic roof up top. Very crisp lines flowing down the side too, along with that trim accent just behind the front tires. And in back, you have a deployable spoiler. So I have that up at the moment just to take a look at that. There's also LEDs for all the lighting, backup camera, parking sensors, and the quad tip dual exhaust. Now, this is basically a hatchback. You have a control underneath, or you can use the key fob, and this is going to give you a lot more practicality for your cargo space. There's a little bit of storage underneath the floor, so you could place some items on that side. There's also tie downs, a 12 volt. You can remove this and fold down the back seat, so you can place in some larger items. If this is your only vehicle, it is going to be very practical, almost like an SUV in terms of the space that you have. So really nice option to have. There's also proximity door handles, so you can use all four to lock and unlock it. And this model is paired with the limestone beige interior, which is a nice combo. There's bows for the audio, some gloss black and matte black trim accents with grab handle, lock and unlock, and the window control there. And then for the back seats, there's the Porsche pillows, and right next to the headrest is the release to fold these seats down. Now on the window sticker, it says 2+1 for the rear. So the middle seat, based on that, is an option. So you don't have to have this as a 5-seater. Now there's also some storage. You have vents with all of the toggles here when the vehicle is on. There's temperature, fan speed, where you'd like the air to go. These are even heated seats too. And then in the middle, there's the cup holder and armrest. You can also fold this middle seat down individually. And then if you do have a middle passenger, they just have to have their legs on both sides of that. For each side seat, it's nice that I sink down in the seat a little bit with the bolster support. And at my height, I have about 1 inch or so of headroom. So honestly, it's very comfortable for your outer two passengers. There's also a vent located on that pillar there. Now up front, there's memory seating adjustments, the window controls, side mirror adjustments, more storage down below. These doors are also soft close too, which is a nice touch. Panamera 4 is an illuminating badge, and then same design for the front seats. They're automatic. So all those adjustments are on the side. And then let's start this up. Solid black leather steering wheel, gray paddle shifters on the back side. On the left, there's voice commands, volume, a favorites button, and tuning. On the right side, you have another Bluetooth control, and then these adjustments for the digital gauge cluster. Now, if I push on the control on the right side, you'll notice that blue illumination for all three of these separate screens here. So on the far left, with that highlighted, I can scroll up and down. If we go to the right side, same thing. You can go through a little bit of information. And then when you go to the middle and highlight that, you can actually change what is being shown. So just depending on what you're doing for the day, if you want your navigation on, you just want miles per hour, you can scroll through all of these depending on what you would like to see. So really neat to have that option. And there's also a few different driving modes, normal and sport for this model. Cruise controls on the left. There's headlight adjustments, fog lights, more of the gloss black. This also has a head-up display. And then with the infotainment system, you have quite a lot to go through. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of the settings to get into. You have your audio adjustments as well. And then you can even get into this split view too. On the left side, it's all fixed, so you can quickly get to this information, and you can also get into the different driving modes. You have the chassis. The vehicle has adaptive suspension, so you can raise and lower it, as well as doing the rear spoiler. And then you have some daily driving information here to monitor as well. There's air vents underneath that, and then all of the climates. So there's AC, fan speed, temperature, heated and ventilated seats, a volume knob, and your climate menu. So you can even gain access to your rears from up front. It doesn't look like you can do the heated seats, but you have all the rest of the climate adjustments there. There's also a little bit of storage with wireless charging and some auxiliaries. Cup holders. There's a divider in the center armrest here, along with a 12 volt, and then a locking glove box. Just piano black for that trim accent there. Garage door buttons, dome lights, and then the controls for both sunshades, and then the sunroof up front will open up. So it's fixed glass for the rear. And then a look at visibility, pretty easy to see. You also have your gear selector, so we can put it into reverse, pull up that camera system. You have drive, of course. You can even just get into that by pushing on it. So you have quite a lot of visibility around the entire vehicle, and you can even get into the 3D views, which is very helpful. And then park's located up top, and hopefully you just saw there's also a rear washer too, so I just activated that. But now let's put it into drive, the manual setting to use the paddles. Let's get this out on the road. And still in sport mode, second gear, here we go. And just a mild acceleration. It's a pretty quiet vehicle too. So it's not loud by any means. There's no exhaust settings. You just have your driving modes and the suspension basically, along with being able to deploy that spoiler. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Panamera 4. Really nice place to be. Visibility is great too. So there's the thin pillars up front here. And again, it would make for a great daily driver, fairly spacious as well. And it is neat that you can get this as a 5-seater. The middle seat is going to be something you may or may not use. So just depending on if you think you need 3 for the rear there, it's going to be a more comfortable 4-seater just to have that additional option if needed. And it's a comfortable place to be. I like the bolster support on the seats as well. And while there's a minimal amount of controls down below, I think Porsche did a great job with all of the climates. That is something that a lot of manufacturers seem to place in the screen, and a lot of people really honestly don't like that. So Porsche did it well with everything down below here, but it's also a very sensitive touchscreen system. So when you need to use it, it's super easy to go through. I wouldn't say it's overcomplicated, so you basically have the basics for what you need in a daily driver, and then it's really easy to go through the rest of it. So the layout is great, and it's a super fun vehicle to drive. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Porsche Panamera 4. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrik Porsche for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.